Hey, what's up? Go to my, this is going on my YouTube channel, David Christmas. Um, I mean, there's who knows, and here's what the other thing that's I've noticed that has happened that I've noticed. The difference between me and a lot of these people is that I record live, and at least at this point, I mean, and I think I can do it without notes. I mean, what sometimes, and sometimes I do have notes. So anyway, you can email me. Um, but if I don't provide the email address, maybe no one will email me. Or maybe something, I guess that might not be the best thing, giving out my email address. I don't really know. So this is this is just reality. This is for now, and this is just what's happening. And so I'm trying to um, use but just because I'm recording, I mean, what I'm saying is I can record at my house with a more like professional arrangement, but I felt like a full-length mirror was capturing this like a camera should, but they're making limitations on the camera, fine. But I guess this is a way to do it, and but um so anyway, I guess I have so David Christmas is the YouTube channel. You can email me at David Wozniak Rose at iCloud.com. So I try to make it easy for you to understand, and maybe you don't, I don't care. I don't care what you, but that's my email address. um, People are trying to say all kinds of things about me to destroy me because they do not want. This is a real Alex Jones situation. This is a real independent media situation. Maybe it used to be, but look, I don't know what happened with these people, but they do not want to let me into their media structure. Or maybe they do. I'm trying to see like who will do business with me. I already today recorded 3 videos. This is the 4th video. That's 15 times 4 is 60. Okay. So, I mean, if you'd like to continue the multiplication tables, but my point is exactly what I said. That, um, you know, I think, you invest in the technology to do what you want with it. And then once you start doing that, then everything changes. Maybe it takes a little while or maybe it takes a long time, but I don't know. And like I was explaining, I might have to go back to work again, and and I hope that someone will hire me, some company, but it's not like it's going to make or break me. It's not going to destroy me, and whatever else isn't going to either, because I'm a business person. I'm a business man, and I can do a lot of stuff. It doesn't have to be a 3 hour a day talk show. It does not have to be a rap song. It does not have to. Beyond rap music, I would not do anything. But I'm not the worst rapper. I may or may not have stuff online. I also may or may not have other podcasts online. My point is that I think that I'm just as good as any of these people, and I don't know who's got the money to make the deal. You know, um, and maybe YouTube makes the deal. I don't really know how this works, but what I'm trying to explain is no one taught me how to do any of this, and I have my own opinions, and if other people disagree with me, then that's their right to do it. But my right to make this video is tied into the cost of whatever technology I'm using, just like whatever you pay for, that's your investment. So it's important to me whether I make money or not to be able to film stuff and record audio and video and photos and stuff. So 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 anyway, I would be completely and fully in control of this process if I had the money, but I do not have the money. So the funding has to come from some source. I mean, theoretically, in addition to whatever resources I have. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but fine. And I think I should. If what I'm doing is worth money, then someone should pay for it besides me. So who is that going to be? And I can prove also, whether you believe it or not, that the CIA has set up this situation because of, not that I believe all this stuff that they say about all their stuff, but about the Moby song, and then at the end it says it fell apart, and of course that's the Bourne Identity U.S. CIA propaganda movie. But okay, so what if it is propaganda? It's not the worst movie. You could say that about a military movie. You could say that about every country. I assume has some similar movies, for their whatever. But I'm not saying I have any credentials for that. I'm just saying I can look at this information and make those guesses. So I just think if you just take that information, then is that not an intelligence document, or do you need to have John Bolton or John Brennan or even Mike Pompeo if there was someone who could even track the information? But they can't, and they don't want to, and all they want to talk about is their local scene. Well, maybe that has changed. I don't know. I would not know because I don't have access to the outside environment in a way that I would like, But that may be for my own security at this point. But you got to understand that things change, and then they change again, and then they change again, and then they change. So what I'm saying is, you can say whatever you want about me, but I made investments myself where I made them, regardless of who you think. I picked up the phone and called the number, whatever number. I called for the loan. I asked for a loan. I asked for this. I asked for that. I asked for money from these people. I asked for money from that people. And eventually, I did get the money. And I need money again. I need to go. Now I need to go work. Apparently, supposedly, fine. Okay, I'll go work. But not until I get my Christmas. Yeah, not until I get my Christmas presents. It's just. But anyway, I thought it was funny because Davy Christmas. But yeah, But it's not the worst. It's not the worst existence. I don't look that old, so I could, with the help of these computer companies, they may never find out how old I am, and I could just. I could live for hundreds of years or something. Maybe even thousands of years. But I don't know. I'm just saying that, you could argue that this identity information, although it's tied to your bank account, etc., your whatever accounts, that someone else is. I don't know. It's just you have a limited time span, and so then things might happen because of that, whether it's something that should have happened or not. So I think you understand my point, etc. So what I'm saying is, but health wise or something, because one guy that's 20 years old is messed up, and one guy exercises, one guy eats this, one woman does this, there's no, and so they want to, and so my point is, it's just, I don't know what's going on with y'all. I don't know what else is going on where, but my point is, people might go to space or something, like seriously go to space. Maybe they can do that. That might happen. That's not the worst investment. So I don't know, but I'm just, it's not fair to me, and people have tried to assassinate my character, and maybe even physically assassinate me, and all kinds of stuff throughout my life. And sometimes I was in dangerous situations that I should not have been in. But I acknowledge that and have made changes in my life so that will not happen. But besides that, the only thing that I want to do is go work and make money. I'm not going to bring anyone from work home, even if it's the hottest girl ever, because I've just like Eminem, I've lost my patience and I've had as much as I can tolerate. But maybe I'll consider it. Okay, maybe I will, but there's a good chance I won't. And then I've got to pay the license and the bonding and licensing for the woman to even. You don't know they have to be bonded and licensed before they can even perform sex work in the U.S. So you got to sign an agreement, a EULA, end user license agreement. It's funny if you understand, but I'm not the smartest person, but that's not funny. So there's Facebook. You can meet people on Facebook. This is much more powerful than Facebook because, I don't care what they're doing on Facebook anymore. Maybe I did when they started, but I don't know what you look like, and I don't know how many fake pictures you got to send before somebody figures out, whatever. and I don't, and I had, so Facebook and Twitter didn't work for me as well as YouTube worked for me, and whoever's running it, I feel like that gives me a chance to maybe meet. There could be an element of social networking through YouTube, even if it's not a media thing, or it could be used for employment purposes or whatever. But I don't know what employee you had or manager person where you didn't want to interview them. So I don't know. I don't care, man. And these people they're not making much more money than me, man, doing this media stuff. I've looked into it, and that's why this arrangement was set up the way it was. Because they knew at that point, because maybe people cared at some point about something somebody wanted to do, and knew that, like, if I had gone to Hollywood or New York or something, that it'd be like, well, we know when the technology, or we have an idea where we are, let's say in 90 something or whenever, or 2095 or whatever the fuck. Whenever it was that the technology was going this way and that way, and there was going to be, so I don't know. I'm not the end all and be all decision maker for these companies, but I'm saying there's money to be made, and I can I can have a PayPal address and connect it to a bank account. I've had multiple bank accounts because I wanted to verify who I was with multiple banking institutions, just in the event one of these banks decided to try to fuck me over. And I don't want that to happen, and especially not the blood bank either, because they're I can make up stuff though, like I can promote your hospital, or I can destroy your hospital. For example, whatever hospital, like for example, they're taking blood samples, and if you give them a blood sample, then they'll clone you for free or something. So there's a reason to go to the hospital. Well, I just want to be cloned, and here's a blood. I don't know, or I don't want that for myself just yet, but. Or I could say they're killing people at the hospital. They're murdering. It's a But I don't want to say that either. So if I get good things from wherever, then it's cool. There's no problem. But this is a lot bigger than whatever's going on with whoever. I'm trying to start a business here. I got professional shoes on. No, these aren't professional shoes. These are actually Nikes. Okay, but I had some other shoes on, and those were the ones I wore at the whatever office. I had a suit and tie. I can go get a suit and tie right now. My point is, man, that this, you don't, and maybe you should get a state licensing to be on YouTube. You gotta get, there's a reason for this to be a private company, not influenced by government money at all. And I'm not necessarily influenced by these people, and if they don't want to let me be a part of their media structure, maybe YouTube will let me. So you can't pretend like there's not a division between people on YouTube. I'm not saying, I'm just saying that, I'm just trying to do what they're doing. I would work at a local radio station if they would pay me, but they didn't want to deal with me. I tried, okay? I tried national media. They don't want to deal with me either. Or they want to just not name me, and not and if they don't name me officially, whatever name I use, or even my real name, then how can I benefit from it? How can I make money from it? I can't, So there's no reason for me to mention those people. If they're not going to be and so I'm not, it's their own destruction that they are engineering, because there are technology people that are not being let in either, that are way smarter than me, and they just want to buy your clothes. You know what I'm saying? So have a nice day. And not necessarily, I just mean they can make you look however you look, and I'm trying to make money too, and I think what I'm saying matters and is important to people. And there's more computer stuff I can learn. It's called computer science.